loud in here. Anyway, this is, it's noon today, not later. So this is my first open gym. We have a friend here from Washington, where I used to live, and she programmed a nice little WOD. W-O-D, not W-A-D. Nice little WOD for us. So we're gonna do that, and yep. Cries if I set him down. Just gotta be a dad. Hey Doc, wanna be on the video? This is Dr. Cole.
What's up?
Colleague slash friend. More friend than colleague. Because I'm a bad colleague.
I'm a bad colleague too.
Yeah, sweet. Did I do good today?
You're awesome, dude.
Okay, sweet.
Finally hooked up with you.
Listen to the doc.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've been trying to get a WOD in for a while.
Yeah.
So I'm glad,
glad it
worked out.
You're not doing over, man.
All right, brother. Wow, look at that timeless tree. Probably been around since the Stone Age. I don't want to be long-winded today because you could probably be doing other things, but I had a thought. My papers. Why? Okay, so today I've been thinking a little bit about limitations and specifically like health-related stuff, right? So here are my thoughts, okay? Everybody has actual limitations, and then they have mental limitations or psychological limitations. Actual limitation would be like no one person can lift up a car over their head. A mental limitation would be, or a psychological limitation would be something like, I just can't lose 50 pounds, but you can. That's the difference. So an actual limitation is something you just really can't do, and a mental or a psychological limitation is something that you can do. And a mental or a psychological limitation is something you put upon yourself as a cap. So saying, well, if I lose 30 pounds, that'll be good enough. Or if I just deadlift 400 pounds, well, that'll be good enough. A self-placed limitation or a mental or psychological limitation, okay? Are we clear there? There's a binary, actual, mental / psychological limitations. This is my theory, is that we confuse the two way too often. That is, we think our psychological limits or our self-placed limits are our actual limits. So we think that something is good enough. So when we set limitations for ourselves, we ultimately settle for what we think is good enough. 30 pounds is good enough. 50 pounds is good enough. Running a 10-minute mile is good enough. And I'm not trying to say that good enough is not good enough, but when it comes to your health and when it comes to fitness and when it comes to your life, why place a limitation there? Why not try to find your actual limit? Your actual limit as opposed to your mental limit, your self-placed mental limit. This can be thought about in terms of goals, right? And I'm in no way saying don't set goals for yourself, because goals are super, super important. But if you start out on a journey, if you start out losing weight or trying to deadlift as much as you can by saying, I'm going to lose 50 pounds, boom, then you place this sort of ceiling over your head which will not allow you to go any further. Or if you say, I want to deadlift 400 pounds, then you have it in your mind that 400 pounds is the end goal, that that's the ceiling, that that's the cap. And you could probably do more. Now, be safe, be healthy, be smart. Don't do anything that's gonna that you will hurt yourself. Don't place these self-limitations on yourself. Just because 50 pounds sounds like a nice, comfortable number, just because deadlifting 400 pounds sounds like a nice, comfortable number, doesn't mean you need to stop there. Don't let your goals become your ceiling. Allow your goals to be fluid. Oh, there comes a train. Oh! Keep your goals fluid. Allow them to be living goals rather than end goals. And see what you're capable of. Be smart with it, but go for it. Find your actual limit. Don't let your self-placed mental limit keep you from busting out of that ceiling. Take this guy for example. His name is Jared Enderton. Okay? He's a CrossFit athlete, and I know what you might say, oh, but Big Mike, I don't do CrossFit. That's fine. Just take him as an inspiration for what he is, all right? He competed in the CrossFit Games a week ago. Now, this guy was once, and I'll put up his picture just somewhere here, all right? This guy was once 305 pounds. As a 21-year-old college student, he weighed in at 305 pounds. Last week, he competed for the crown of fittest man on earth. That is remarkable. Well, here's what he says on his Instagram. This 300-pound kid made the CrossFit Games? Question mark? Started CrossFit in 2015, and here we are, less than 3 years later. Where you are now, this is the important part, isn't where you'll always be. Where you are now isn't where you'll always be. If I can do it, so can you. Wow. Jared Enderton, my man. Thank you for the inspiration. As people who try to better themselves physically, I think we can all take a page out of your book and realize that where we are now isn't where we'll always be. This guy didn't place any limitations on himself. He was over 300 pounds. He didn't place one limitation on himself, and eventually he made it to the CrossFit Games. That's pretty cool. Go follow Jared on Twitter. Go follow him on Instagram. So that's my thing for today. Do not place limitations on yourself. All right, so I recently returned from a trip in Alaska, and I got a whole bunch of fish. Guess what? Fish is healthy. I made some fish the other day, and I thought you might want to... Here comes another train! So I made some fish the other night. I genuinely thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you like my stuff, hit the like button below, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't, and stay tuned for all kinds of new goodies. I got some stuff up my sleeve that's going to be coming at you real soon. And you're going to love it, I promise. Have I ever lied to you before? No. But how would you ever know? You wouldn't. You're just going to have to trust me. Bye.